So I just wrote down some notes of what I want to mention, and then I put some glasses on, so giving that little teacher vibe. But I wanted to talk about a little bit of myself and a little bit of where I am as an artist and where I'm trying to be as an artist. If you guys didn't know, I'm Leilani Rodriguez. I was born and raised in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I am New Mexican, yes. I have always been a little art girl since a little girl. My mom, she's a very, I would say, creative person. I think she's also the one that kind of introduced me to YouTube. She started YouTube too. I don't know why she stopped. She could have had a big following by now. As a little girl, I was kind of given the idea that I could kind of do whatever I kind of want. I was never pressured to be someone who I wasn't, especially as an eldest. I feel like I've always come to prove myself of who I am. I kind of take pride of being the eldest in a sense and being the only daughter. I've always been told as a little girl by a lot of people that, oh, you're not a man, like you can't do that, this and that, you're not capable. And that kind of actually kind of influenced me to be bigger female, that that woman. But yes, and actually those people who used to tell me that now compliment me on my hard work. But yes, 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 yes. I have my little penguin coffee cup. Yes, say slay. Uh, so if you're that girl, do not take in that shit. And if you do take in that shit, take it in as motivation. As motivation. So I wanted to also talk about how I started. I really started taking my art serious after. So I used to draw a lot. I used to paint a lot. I used to draw a lot. I've always been an artist, literally. Even as a little girl, I've always been creative. I like creating. I like making my own. But yes, so last year I actually did my first oil painting, and which honestly I have always craved to do oil painting. And I craved it because everyone would tell me that that's the hardest way to paint. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start oil painting, and my man actually would influence and motivate me into me oil painting, and I'd do stuff for him. So I did this TV. I think I could add it on here, and I kind of fell in love with it. I was like, okay, well, I think I could really do this. I did my boyfriend's gift. I think I could add that on here too. And then I just really started getting into it, and to the point where my man was like, hey, like, you should really start making content out of this. And I was like, hey, maybe you're right. And I was like, oh, okay. And I started painting this big canvas, my skeleton canvas, which is to me is one of my most favorite paintings. And my dad actually told me while I was working on that painting, he's like, hey, I was finishing high school. He's like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go to school? Like, what is your plan? I was like, I don't know. I don't want to go to school. And he was like, oh, well, if you want to do art, because he would obviously see me doing art and painting, and I was really into it. He's like, if you want to do art, you have to make sure that you're not just doing art, like showing your art and keeping it in your room. Like, if you want to do art, you have to be putting out your artwork, showing it to people, and doing something with it. He's like, and if that's what you want to do that. And he was like, but you better, like, kind of telling me to get like on my shit. And which actually, once he told me that, I made my Instagram. I was like, I'm gonna take this serious. Like, this is what I want. I don't want to go to school. Like, I want to start somewhere, but I just don't want to go to school. Which actually, I wouldn't mind doing school. I was like a little nerdy girl, and I would go back. But that was kind of basically on how I really started doing my art content and my artwork, and where I started taking myself serious as an artist. So myself, my first studio, which is where I'm at right now, she's not finished, but I have my own space, my own art space, and that's all I need. I got it in, I think, last year. Actually, I've have a year with this, and you guys are probably like, "When isn't she done with it?" Well, because it takes a long time, and I've been working on my artwork, but she'll get done. Just be patient. I'll insert a little video of my shed coming. But once I got my shed, I kind of that seriousness of my art really started kicking in. And not gonna lie, after I got my studio is when I started really painting and doing more artwork and trying to just keep producing to where I could at least be selling something. And it got to where I started selling my artwork. I got a client, a literal client, that started buying my artwork. And that's how I started to really get the idea of this is possible, because I was also posting, and by then I used my old my personal account and changed it into, like, kind of changed it into my art account, deleted all the old photos, and really just with 700, I think I had 700 like some followers, and it was just a great way to start. And I was like, okay, well, I have this built, like, I'm gonna start, and I started posting my artwork on there, and people actually started reaching out to me, and like, I like how it is people from around here too, like, I have family that follows me and supports me all the way, and I appreciate that with my whole heart. But yes, so I really started taking my art serious. I started posting, showing people that this is available, like, people, you can buy this, and like people actually like started reaching out to me. And this is when I was starting to learn how to post my art and how to start that art content. Guys, I started like with, not gonna lie, I got 300 followers, and within I think the month, but with one video, and kind of motivated me to be like, oh, this is like an actual, like, I could make this my actual job. Like, I want to make social media my job. Like, I love my artwork, but I want multiple income sources, like, more than one. I don't want to just rely on my art, because if you're an artist, you understand that you might have good days, bad days, like good months, bad months. So, yeah, I really started, after that, I started posting on my social media a lot more weekly, all the way till now where I post every day. I really do post on my story. I post a reel at least every day on my Instagram. And I was able to get my TikTok from 300 followers all the way to now, 3,400 actually followers, which it has been like, what, I want to say like 6 months. But honestly, overall, like, I started to really see that, like, the more you post, the more you're consistent, like, really treating it like a job, that it's possible. Like, I was like, okay, well, like, I could really do this. Like, I'm pulling this shit off, and like people commenting, telling me that I'm doing it and shit. Like, guys, like, that shit's so helpful, it's so motivating. But yeah, so that's like how I really started. Just like, I started really getting into the idea of being a content creator and an artist, and just kind of wanting to influence, like, young women like me, or even women in general, or even artists in general, like, showing them that it's possible to follow your dreams. Like, I'm still not even halfway, and look where I'm at. Like, I'm not even, I'm just starting. I'm 20. Bro, I am 20, just starting. So, yes. So I am part-time at my job. I wanted like a consistent income coming in. I feel like um I'm still learning how to price my artwork, cuz if you're like me, I'm a nice girly. I have trouble pricing my artwork because I'm so used to, like, basically the bare minimum. Like, I feel like $400 is a lot, but in all reality it's not. On some of my artwork, like, I've seen how much hours I put in and how much work I put in, that it's not worth $500. Like, I think $500 is a lot, but for artwork, it's not a lot. That's underpricing good artwork, and that's something I'm currently working on. Currently, I'll get there. I'm working on it, and just stuff that I've been like learning. Like I'm taking in this like chapter of my life as a lesson. I'm barely starting to get used to this, like especially with the content creating, what people like to see, like how the best way to present myself on here, which just starting to learn YouTube, guys. I'm not perfect at this yet. I will be though. Not perfect, but I will understand this social media because I treat this like a job. Genuinely, I want to show up every day on my social media because I want that to be my job. So, yes. And that's with my scheduling too. So after I went down part-time, I did start putting in more hours in the studio. Sometimes I'll put 10 hours, sometimes I'll put 7, 8 or 4 depending on my day, depending on what I did that day. Like it's not always painting, shipping, packaging. Like I'll have a day where I'm like, okay, I'm a collage all day because I love doing collage on my work. So I like the frame, so I do a lot of frame collage on my art pieces. And I'll have a paperwork day, like call it my paperwork day where I'm just collaging all that I need to collage that day, like having myself organized because, and you know what, like Hobby Lobby, not even so I work at Hobby Lobby. Part time, I'm a part time bookkeeper, but I show up where I work. I've always shown up with my 100% self. If maybe a 99 sometimes, maybe an 80, but never under that. You guys, like I like looking good at my job because I'm a fucking hardworking female. You feel me? Like I like showing up, and that's how I was like I had trouble thinking about that for myself. Like I wasn't treating myself how I treated that job. I was giving my 100% over there, but I wasn't doing it here. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go part time. And I went down part time. I started taking myself more serious here. I've sold a lot of artwork, a lot more than I ever thought I was gonna sell. And that's like, you know what? I'm just starting, bro. Like that shit's crazy. But yeah, the scheduling has been a little difficult to find, especially when sometimes I don't feel motivated, but I still show up in the studio, you guys. I'll be in here sometimes for hours, especially when I get in the zone. But I never do it where it's too much and I'm not enjoying myself, because if it comes to that point, this is going to start feeling like a job. But for me, I like calling this my job. Like I like calling this my fucking job because that's bomb as hell. Like this is my job, guys. I'm getting paid for this. Like that's a flex to me. Like I love working. I'm like a hardworking, like I don't know, scheduling was like really interesting to me, and kind of being what is it called, the self-employed, which I'm not self-employed yet. I'm gonna be there. I to be to a point where I'm just doing this all day, because I feel like if I didn't have that job, I could be doing posting a lot more, making a lot more content, because that's another creative subject, guys. Like social media is something else. Like you basically kind of have to teach yourself on what works for you on social media. Luckily for me, I have a niche. Like I have my art niche, like I'm that art girl. And on YouTube, I want to be that art girl, but be that girl too. Like I want females to see like I'm that bitch. Like you guys motivate you guys to become who you want to be. And as of right now, like I love who I am, but I'm not exactly where I want to be. But it's okay, because I'll work to be her. But yes. Something else I wanted to talk about is where I plan to be, what I'm kind of working up to. I really want to do this full time, obviously. Like I really want to become a full-time artist. I really want to have a season where I'm posting almost every day on YouTube, or even just because I've been posting weekly. Weekly works for me, but and I post reels like at least 1, 3, 4 times a week on YouTube, but I want that to be more consistent. I want YouTube to become just like TikTok and just like Instagram. So I'm working on that, and I promise you that's gonna become something new. I want this to become I want to be something. Like I want to show up and people know me. I want my state to know me. I want to be that girl in New Mexico that made it through, like became her. Especially at 20 years old, guys. I'm a 20-year-old pulling this shit off. And that's also, hey, thank God for my dad because he deals with all this shit. Thank God to him because he has full belief that I could do it. He's told me, and that shit helps me. He's told me several times that I could do this, and a lot of people have, and I think anyone who's been telling me this. So with I plan to be this better female. I feel like I'm not that that Leilani yet. Like I still have work to put into the Leilani I want to be, and I feel like I'm probably gonna feel that the rest of my life. Like right now, I'm feeling like change. I feel like I need to become like this new girl. Like I need to insecurities, everything bad aside, 2026 needs to be my fucking year, and it will be, like especially with this hard work I'm putting in. I promise you guys, I want to come and become like show you guys this full potential of myself that I'm capable of. I feel like I'm not even halfway there. So yeah, I want self improvement in there for sure. I feel like that self improvement has a lot to do with workspace. It has to do with a lot of stuff. Like, for example, I also want my art space to be finished. I want to have this space to be cute, aesthetic, motivating, you know, and that's okay. That all comes with time. There's been like times throughout this year where I've had a hard time, no car, thankful for my family that I have a car to drive and to get me to places. Looking to become this better Leilani, this bigger Leilani, this like, and we're getting there, and I'm doing a lot to become in there. I definitely want to find a way to be able to leave my job. I feel like I still have a kind of still too comfortable with that, and I feel like I need to get myself to where it's not there. I can't be comfortable and kind of just really take this more serious than I already am. And I really want to have my art somewhere, gallery or whatever it is, hanging out there, because I mean the studio is cute and all, but your girl wants to get known. She needs to get known. But overall, so far so good. And with prices, I feel like I also want to start charging the fair price. I feel like the prices that I've been giving myself aren't worth my artwork. My artwork is worth more than that. And we all know, like, the prices I've also been giving myself don't make my artwork look worth its price. So a lot of stuff that is going into becoming this full-time artist, Leilani, because I'm also building myself. I'm building an empire, guys. Like that's what I'm working towards, an empire. So we'll see. Okay, so I just finished my whole video and editing it. But not gonna lie, I've always wanted to do like these clips where you just like edit on there and you're like, oh, I was editing my video. But anyway, my mic died. It's okay. I wanted to come in here and like say, like, if you went through my whole video, thank you. I appreciate you, and like hopefully you're following by now, because if you're not, I did want to make this video just to like end this year like in the best way possible. Like I told myself that I wanted to end the year with at least one video on YouTube, and I'm already on my third. Literally on my third. Like that's so good. I'm so happy, and I'm in any shape or form, like I'm not shitting or like hating on myself. Like all I'm trying to say throughout these clips, like of like that self-improvement, is that you know
everyone needs work, like especially me. I know that I could do better, and like, you know, that's good to expect out of yourself, like, period. Like, I'm bomb, but you know, I could even be bomber, you know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my video. I'm so happy I'm like doing a clip like this because like nostalgia. But please subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.
Is on